All right, this is the most annoying problem because the equation is just so long. It's the widget problem number 7. You've got type A widgets and type B. A are more expensive, B are cheaper, and demand depends on the price of both. So it gives you this profit function, which is just so long. So let's just write that. So this profit function in terms of A and B, remember A is one type of widget and B is another type of widget. So 150 minus 5A minus B plus B times 100. I'm just writing this god-awful so long equation down. Minus 20 minus parentheses 20A plus 10B plus 100. Okay, and then the constraint is, it says find the max profit. So we're going to, again, using Lagrange multipliers, given that you will sell exactly 50 widgets total. Okay, so then the exactly 50 widgets is going to tell you that the constraint is A plus B equals 50. Now, it's telling you to use Lagrange multipliers, so we're going to use them, but this is one that I find it's kind of maybe a little silly to do it this way because the constraint is pretty straightforward. I mean, you can easily solve for one variable in terms of the other, but got to follow directions here, so we're going to use that. What I did is before taking partial derivatives, just like let's combine like terms here, distribute, combine like terms, and then we can do the partial derivatives and set up the Lagrange multiplier equation. So, actually before we do the partial derivatives. Okay, so but first I'm just going to distribute. So 150A minus 5A squared minus AB plus 100B minus 2B squared minus AB minus 20A minus 10B minus 100. Okay, let's combine like terms. Let's see, minus 5A squared, and then, all right, so that one's done, plus 130A, so combining those two, that one's done. Then minus 2B squared, that one's done, plus 90B, got rid of those two, minus 2AB, got rid of those two, minus 100. Okay, woo-wee. All right, so then your Lagrange equation here with the multiplier is going to be the original that we just kind of combined like terms and simplified. Minus 2B squared plus 90B minus 2AB minus 100. Then it's going to be minus lambda, so that multiplier constant, times the constraint, which is A plus B. Again, we're going to forget about the 50. That'll come into play later when we have to solve things. And if we just wanted to distribute this little piece out, it's just minus lambda A minus lambda B. Okay, so let's do the partial derivative. Why am I saying with x? X is now A, with A. All right, so it's going to be negative 10A. Remember, anything that's not A is a constant, so anything with just B is 0. Minus 2B, and then minus lambda, okay? And then we've got partial derivative respect to B, minus 4B plus 90, minus 2A minus lambda. Okay, good times. All right, so set each of these equal to 0. So equals 0 equals 0. And in this case, I mean, we're not going to be able to factor. And both of them have both A's and B in it. So one thing, so this is going to be a type where we're going to find a relationship between A and B. So I would set, let's solve for lambda in each one. So whoops, what am I doing here? All right, so the top equation we've got, if we bring lambda to the other side, it's lambda equals negative 10a plus 130 minus 2b. And with the second equation, also if we solve for lambda, we've got minus 4b plus 90 minus 2a. So if they both equal lambda, then we can set them equal to each other. So we've got minus 10a plus 130 minus 2b equals negative 4b plus 90 minus 2a. All right, let's clean this up. Let's get maybe, I don't know, I'll bring the a's to make the a's positive here. So bring over the 10, so 8a minus 2b equals, if I bring the numbers to the other side, 40. We can divide everything by 2, so 20 equals 4a minus b. All right, so now it's easy. I would say the one to solve for is b. So b is going to be 4a minus 20. And now we can go, so that's a relationship between a and b, and I can go back to my constraint, and the constraint was a plus b is 50. So again, remember the constraint. A plus b equals 50. So let's plug in the fact that b is 4a minus 20. So we get 5a equals 70. So a is going to be 14, it looks like. Okay, so if a is 14, then 14 plus b is 50. So b is 50 minus 14, or 36. Okay, so one thing we're going to check, remember we're going to go back to that profit function, and we'll check what we get when we put in a being 14 and b being 36. And then you also, it's just a good habit to check the extremes. So the extremes in this case would be, so again, you've got this, the constraint was, where's my constraint equation that I had? Oh, a plus b is 50, right. So if a plus b is 50, there's two, if a is 0, right, then b would be 50. And the other one you can check is if b is 0, then a is 50, based on that constraint. Okay, let me erase the constraint down here because it's in my way. So this is, I don't know, this would take you freaking forever to do without a calculator. So even with the calculator, it took me a long time. So I'm plugging into that original long equation that I simplified. I'm plugging in 14 and 36 into the this equation here. Let me highlight it. That equation that we simplified. It's the original equation. It's just distributing and combining like terms. But it takes a while to do this. So again, I guess you guys don't really have a calculator, so I don't know, or a loud one. So this would take forever. But when I did that, like each piece, ends up being, let's actually just do it. It's just so you have something you can write down. It was like negative, oh my God, I'm on the wrong thing. I need to be on that pen. Yeah, negative 980 plus 820 minus 2 times 1296, and then it was plus 3240, minus 1008 minus 100, and it ended up being, just takes so long, 380. Okay, however, it's much easier when you plug in 050, because anything that has a is multiplied by a would be 0, so it ends up just being this negative 6100, which clearly that's not maximizing the profit. And then when you put in, I'm doing the wrong one. Whoops. When you put in 0, 50, it's actually negative 500. And when you put in 50, 0, it's negative 6,100. And so both of these are, nope, not maximizing profit. So the maximum profit would be 380, and that's when A is 14 and B is 36. That problem was so annoying because the numbers, I don't know, again, I don't know how. All the others I could do without a calculator. Well, 9 maybe not so much, at least not the very end, but everything else you could definitely do without a calculator. But this one, just finding the actual profit is a pain in the butt. Okay.